Yes. Quite. Oh, we're back on the air. Hi. Hello, everyone. This is the second hour of Friday Night Freedom here on WTF Nation Radio. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Jerri on the phone.
Yes.
It took a while, but she's here. Wasn't for lack of trying. Yeah. Oh, and the mixer's working. Mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio. They tell me it's working now.
It is working. I'm looking at it right now.
Good.
Like right meow.
Do we look good?
I think so.
Yeah. Yep. We're joined by our friend Jerri. You probably know her from Girls for Gunslingers. A fine bunch of folks over there. We had the privilege of meeting some of the lovely ladies from Girls for Gunslingers during our excursion to Colorado for the Freedom On Festival. And we had Jerri on fairly recently when she did her rendition of Leonard Cohen's classic Hallelujah. And she wrote lyrics to it that are veteran-centric. I've been waiting to use that word for a while. I appreciate the opportunity to do that, Jerri. Thank you.
Do you have one of those, calendar word of the days you can try to throw it in there?
Oh, I should get one of those, and that will be my challenge for all my shows, to use the word that's on there. Write that down, Mom.
In the day.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Or I could just have members of the WT. Oh, you know what would be even better?
What?
Hola, Jesus. Jesus is checking in from Mexico. How you doing, buddy? What would be even better would be to have listeners submit words for me to try to work in at some point in the show. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
I mean, it would be
like a challenge.
You could do it as like a contest. You could throw in a big word and they can try to guess which one is not part of your real vocabulary.
Even better.
That was a big word. He must have read that today.
Yeah, I like it. Look at us being creative.
We do have Pie's word of the day.
Oh, yeah, Pie's word of the day. But Pie's word of the day is different. It's him mispronouncing a commonly used word.
It's true, yeah.
Pie's attempts at wordsmanship are entertaining, to say the least.
I'm so glad, though, I'm not the only one who struggles with fucking words.
Oh, pedantic. That's a good one. Stop being pedantic.
What does that even mean?
Oh, see, now you don't know and you have to go Google it.
God damn it.
You're being pedantic.
Ugh. Can I get it in a sentence?
I just used it.
No, but I need a better sentence.
Stop being pedantic.
It's not a better sentence. It's like me telling Mud Puppy earlier, suck better dick. Use better sentences.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Where was I in this conversation?
You weren't here. You were not busy dealing with your computers and shit. Dude, you missed this epic conversation.
Do tell.
Dick. Well, okay, so basically what had happened was that Mud Puppy was trying to get on base without a valid, a cat card
ID.
Or whatever. And so basically me and Spanky and Mom were like, yeah, suck dick. There you go, And he's like, last time I went through, it took an hour. And all three of us ladies are like, God damn, dude, you were sucking dick for an hour? And so that's when I said, suck dick better. It should never take an hour.
Shouldn't take an hour.
At all. One lockjaw.
Although.
2, no. That is too long to be down there.
Although, having been the recipient of numerous blowjobs, I will say that the hour-long ones are the most fun.
I mean, lockjaw.
But not for me.
Well, yeah, no, not for you.
I just get cramps in my feet.
I was gonna, but no, that'd be like you going down and eating pussy for an hour and don't come back up until you hit an hour. You know?
But that's different. I mean, when you're giving a blowjob, you can breathe through your nose.
I mean,
I can't, snorkel. But
jeez, we have a guest. Mind your manners.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Jerri. Sorry. Forgive me.
12 minutes after the conversation.
If the last time Jerri was on the show, we did not run off some of her audience, we just did that for sure. That was the nail in the coffin right there.
Right?
Yeah. No, you know what? I originally had all gunslingers from Girls for Gunslingers following me, and then after Hallelujah, it started adding everybody basically. And so now when I know that I'm going to be on here where I know I call it veteran talk because I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to be live, but FYI, this isn't for everybody. And so if you're going to have your delicate sensibilities offended, maybe you should wait until the next one.
Don't listen to this show.
So, well, this isn't the only one. I mean, you get a bunch of veterans together or even, whatever, like-minded people who hang out with veterans. That's how they talk. And, it is what it is. So I give them a heads up. They know what's coming. They can pick if they want to jump in on this one or not. So
I need to follow up with Redacted. He's asking in Mixer, how do you get a cramp in your feet from a blowjob?
And then he said, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, it makes your toes curl, dude. Your feet, if it's the right person. Never mind. Jerri, what's been going on? You've been in the studio. That's interesting.
Yes, and I'm bad at it. The poor guys who are helping me with it. I mean, like, everybody who's been following me from the beginning knows that I didn't sing in front of people, except for, like, the veterans of the VA and the guys in the gunslinger groups and whatever. And so there's a learning curve. I mean, there's a lot. I'm sure just like the radio stuff, there's a lot more to it than you would expect. There's a lot more time, money, and energy put into it. And so that's one thing I'm learning a lot. But the guys helping me, they're awesome. And so that's cool. And after Hallelujah went nuts, I wanted a better version. I mean, I sang it in my living room. So we recorded it.
Right.
Everybody wants me to release it, and I haven't because Sony Publishing owns the right. There was a lawsuit over that song, and they pretty much ignore me. I mean, in a nutshell. I mean, as far as the music industry is concerned, I'm not important. And so I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to get it so that I can release it and not, get into a pissing match with them. And so as soon as I can, I will. For everybody listening, if you want Hallelujah, I promise I'll get it to you the minute I can. It'll be out there. So
that whole licensing thing as it pertains to music is it could be super confusing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when songs are copywritten, it's not split. Like, it's copywritten as a lyric and instrumental together, typically. But with that one specifically, there was a lawsuit, and so the licensing, if you perform his song, like his estate, I believe, gets the royalties, but the publishing owns like the melody. It's like a split copyright because of the lawsuit, and that's not normal anyways, I guess. So, and don't quote me on all this because I'm not a lawyer, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a normal situation. I happen to pick the one song that is the bigger pain in the ass than every other song. So, sorry guys. I'll check into it next time when I throw that shit together in my living room. But yeah, so I just, from the get-go, it was more difficult than it would have been with any other song probably on earth, except for that one.
I can speak firsthand that, as a former working musician, I actually was a member of two different working bands at one point. There was nothing I hated more than going into the studio and recording. It is a tedious. Really? Oh, I hated it. Playing live, great. Writing, great. Rehearsing, great. Studio, ugh.
One thing I did learn is I guess everybody's like, well, there's studio musicians and live musicians. Like, some people studio can like pinpoint it, but they might not have that energy to go live, where you might go live and just nail it and kick ass and you get the people rocking, but you go in a studio and you're like, I hate my life. So that was something also that I didn't know. And then me being in the studio, it's new, and you're under a microscope and you're not, for me, that's not comfortable. So it's something that I just need to basically suck it up and get over. But, and the guy, and I joke about it. I tell him, I'm like, well, this is going to be 43 takes because I laugh and I swear. We actually have an outtakes recording of me singing half a line and then mid-line going, son of a bitch, because I know I didn't hit what I was supposed to. I will release that eventually if you guys want it. It's
absolutely.
90% swear words, 4%
good.
singing. Yeah, sure it'll be great.
Well, so I confessed to you during the break that I have not listened to your new single in its entirety, and that's true. I listened to just enough of it to make sure that the quality of it. Well, yeah, that make sure the quality of it was gonna live up to everyone's expectations, and it's a good quality recording. So we will hear it together for the first time as a group.
So excited.
Oh, you guys hear that?
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Who was that? Gamer Destiny 055 for the follow over on Mixer. Thank you for following us. And yeah, and you're going to get to hear the song. So the recording process, which I am unfortunately excruciatingly familiar with, involves usually, at a minimum, an engineer and somebody serving in like a producer type role to kind of steer you in the right direction. Who did you work with?
Greg Huberty is the one who did the producing, and beyond that, honest to God, he was like, I have really good friends who are musicians, and some of them did help as well. But Greg really was the one who said, "Here's the deal." I know him personally, but then also because he does music, and so I kind of just told him, "Go ahead and take the reins, and you tell me what we need to do." So I don't even know like who all did exactly what, because it's just so much, and I'm trying to keep up with learning it, but the reality is I'm smart enough to know there are people smarter than me when it comes to this. Like, by no means am I going to say, oh yeah, I totally know what's going on. I didn't, but I was involved in the entire thing. I write lyrics, but I don't write music. So he actually also wrote, this is how we got hooked up on this, is I went to him, he's a songwriter too, and I said, I need music. I was like, this is the idea. The negative comment I ever got about Hallelujah is, well, it makes the vets look weak. And I think that was crap anyway. That's not true. But I said, fine, I want to write something more upbeat, something about like strength and the badassery behind not just veterans, but that's how Strong came about the name even. And he had a couple melodies, and he had one, and he's like, okay, I got this idea based off what I wanted. And he played, and I was like, that's it. That's the noise basically that I wanted it to be. And then he had a couple lines down too, and then we just I wrote a crap ton of it, and he definitely influenced it too. But yeah, anything I didn't like, he's like, yank it. And anything, I also was open to suggestion, because I'm, like I said, smart enough to know there's people smarter than me. So and that was it. We just kind of rolled with it. I mean, and it is what it is now.
Hello, Lori. Hello, Albert. Those of you who are saying hi in the Facebook Live chat, and hello to all of you on Mixer who are watching there. I had the privilege of working here in Memphis in a big studio complex with a bunch of other bands. Well, not working with, but occupying the same space as a bunch of other bands. And at one point, there was a band that was in the process of recording some stuff, and they asked me to come act as a producer on one of their songs. And so I did. They kind of gave me creative liberty to alter the structure of the song and to change a few things. And it's really interesting to see what somebody else can do with your original work and change it, oftentimes for the better. How true to your original concept is this recording that we're going to hear tonight?
Pretty close. The only difference would be is that I would originally I was like, I want badass. I want, but I don't sing that type of, and I love that type of music too, I like alternative rock and whatever, but I don't sing it, and so it wouldn't have worked. The original thought in my head wouldn't have worked for me to sing in reality. And so it needed to be not exactly what I had in my head. It needed to be more like it ended up, which is great. And so that actually worked out. And then when we were talking about the Strong, when we got into it, it hits the veteran thing. But the other thing is, not just vets are strong. Like, there's police are strong, and mothers who lose their children are strong. And a friend of mine is going through breast cancer. She is dealing with that, and she influenced part of the song. And so it really, I mean, like I said, when I first got into it, I was thinking, oh, badass and whatever, I'm going to rock this song. And then I was like, but I don't sing that exactly. So it, you know, and I'm like, whatever. And when he had the music and I was like, that works. And again, like my daughter told me, she listened to it. She goes, when I hear this, I just want to get up and maybe not dance, but like, oh, it's like an upbeat, sound.
Yeah, you want to get up and move.
Like, the words aren't. Yeah. And she's like, but the words aren't all technically happy, like, you know. And I said, I don't care. It's kind of, it sounds so cheesy when I think of it, but I think of empowering. Like, shit happens, but the whole point of it is Hallelujah seemed so sad, and I didn't want that for this. Like, shit happens, but so what? Get your ass up and move. I mean, you're right. That's it. So, and all of this came about, like, the full finished concept was not what I had in my head at the beginning, but it evolved into that, which is nuts how it worked. You know, it just kind of, over a month, oh my God, we buckled down, and we're cutting it close. It was so much more work than we thought.
It is.
Pulling out our hair. Good thing I have so much hair, because I swear I pulled out half of it over the last.
It is a lot of work. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate just how much work goes into writing and recording.
I did not engineering. At all.
You have this idea, and it's your baby, and then you want to polish it, and you want to make this adjustment, you want to make that adjustment, and at some point you got to go, you know what, this is good enough. And I know that sounds like you're lowering your standards, but if at some point you don't go, you know what, this is where we're stopping, then you could spend.
You're never gonna stop.
Yeah, you could spend eternity working on the same fucking thing, and it gets tedious in the studio. Imagine going in and doing an EP or a full-length album. It's insane. And, you know, people wonder why some bands go years between albums. It's because it's that reason.
It's a damn headache. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a headache.
Like, everybody asks, like, do you want it?
Hey, here we go. Thank you, Cookie Gamer 45. Sorry about that. I don't know how to turn that off.
Okay. Is it every time someone hits follow, it gives you a sweet applause?
Yeah, every time somebody follows us over on the mixer, yeah, we get a round of applause.
45.
Well, it's a round of applause for them.
Awesome. Got it. Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of work, and like the song is pretty true to concept, like the idea in my head, and it worked out. And I don't know, I like it. It's not gonna be for everybody, and if you don't like it, well, piss off, don't listen to it.
Oh my God. I like your attitude.
I mean, yeah. Well, people said with the Hallelujah, they're like, how are you going to top that? Like 6 million people watch it in 6 days. And I literally stressed the hell out over that. And finally I was like, well, what's your sophomore project? But I will never top Hallelujah. It will never reach people. I will never get a phone call again about it. And they will not call me 3 days later and say, will you sing this at my son's funeral in 3 days?
Oh,
that
shit.
will never happen again. I won't get phone calls from Australia that are like, we have this memorial service for one of their veterans. Can we use your song? That is never going to happen again for me. It's just not.
Don't sell yourself short.
Well, you know what I mean, though? Like, that just reaches people on a whole different level.
Right.
And so I feel like, so from here on out, it's like, well, if you don't like it, you don't. Because it's awesome because imagine like famous musicians are like, well, you got to top that thing, you got to prove it, you did this, oh, big deal, it was good, but you need to prove it. I don't need to prove it. I can't do maybe better, different, but I can't do what that did. And so at that point I can do whatever I want, and if you don't like it, don't listen to it, because I can't beat it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that sophomore pressure because I mean you know.
So before we listen to it, because I'm ready to light this thing. I'm ready to do it.
I hope you do.
Okay, thank you, Mo Lester. That's funny, dude. This guy's handle is. Oh my God.
What is that?
I forget what that's for. There's so many sounds. Somebody's doing something, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe they subscribed. Maybe they donated money to us. Yeah, well, who cares?
That's a whole nother bitch I have about this whole situation. But we can talk about that later. Maybe off the air.
Do we get a paycheck?
Paycheck?
Right?
Who said anything about a fucking paycheck?
What?
Right?
All right, let's do this. Let's play the song. What I wanted to know is, before I play the song, number one, where did the idea come from for the song? And number two, how long between idea and this actual
fruition?
Right.
Oh gosh. The idea came from kind of a big FU to the people who heard Hallelujah and said, "Oh my God, that makes veterans sound so weak." That's where it came from, honestly, because it did not. I did not put that out there with any intention to make veterans sound weak, because they're not weak. Like I said before, I've said this a million times. I talked to one guy who messaged me and he said, I was sitting here smoking and I was looking down at my legs and a bomb went off and my leg was gone. He's like, I relive that every single day. That's a big freaking deal. And that doesn't make you weak. You live with that. That's the most badass thing you could do, is have to live with this shit every day and still survive, you know? Like the friend of mine with breast cancer, the fact that she's going through that shit and it's just like optimistic. I would just want to punch people in the throat. Like, she's just like, I'm sure she has shitty days, but she's just optimistic. So when people are like, well, Holly, it makes veterans sound weak, piss off. It does not. There's like a strength in these people that is crazy, you know? And that is literally where it came from. The Sailor Jerry version of FU. They're not.
Well, anytime you're successful at anything, you're always going to have haters. So, you know, I guess you have to deal with that.
You know, anytime I'm like, God, you know, it hit 6 million people in 6 days, there are people who tell me, oh, well, you know, it's just an internet song. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, okay, fine. And then there's people, if you're not excited, then they're like, well, you're ungrateful. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, no matter what your feeling is, you're wrong. So it's whatever.
So let's do this. I'm going to play for the first time ever. And thank you, by the way, for giving us the exclusive here. That was super cool.
For sure. I'm happy to be on here and have you play it. It's a little nerve-wracking. I want to throw off a little bit. Let's be real.
Oh no.
Don't do that. Somebody get
it my attention for people to hear it.
Somebody get Jerry something to puke in, so I can play this.
Don't worry.
All right, so here you go, WTF Nation exclusive, first time ever. This is first time this song's been heard anywhere outside of the studio where it was recorded. This is Jerry's newest single. The song is, and this is an original written by Jerry.
Yes.
Title of it is Strong, and I'm going to play it, and then we'll come back and talk about it. How about that? Enjoy, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Very, very, very well done, Jerry. Oh, that's... I
hope it sounded more clear to you than it did to me on this end.
Yeah, it sounded good to the listening audience. Pipe back through the phone doesn't sound all that great, but...
Probably not.
But to me, it sounded wonderful. And I got to tell you, I think I like that better than Hallelujah.
Well, thanks. I didn't expect that, but
it's more upbeat, like you said. But the message is still there. The message is there. That's good. You stayed true to what has kind of become your calling card, so to speak. And it's very well. It's tastefully done. It's the engineering and recording was great. The music was great, and your voice you're really starting to come into your own. Bravo.
Yeah, thank you, voice lessons, for that.
Yeah, I mean it's evident that somebody's been working with you. I liked it.
I appreciate their work because I probably needed a lot of help. So
I really liked it. That was amazing.
I don't. I'm not a fan of country music. I'm not. I mean, there's no secret. Anybody that knows anything about me knows that I'm not a fan of country music. But that did not have the pop friggin', you know what I mean? The shit that they try to pass off as country nowadays.
Actually, when we started this whole process, that was the one thing I said I don't want poppy country. Like, I like old country, and I like Patsy Cline, and I like, even like George Strait and Dwight Yoakam, and I love shit like that. And the song got a little happy, and I was like, oh, we're pushing that edge of poppy country. And so And I said, we might sound like electric guitar. I love the electric guitar in there. And Greg's like, all right, avoid poppy country. Got it. And so that was a concern of mine because I said, come on, guys, like, this is what, but we can't have it sound like, and not to knock Taylor Swift, but she's, teeny pop country, and I didn't want that. So I was hoping that did not come across the way. So I'm glad you don't hear that in there.
Go ahead, Meeks. Give it the total dissection. You, the country music fan.
Okay. Well, no. Okay. Yeah. No. I think I'm pretty much like this station, like country fan. You honestly, you sounded, a lot like, Patsy Cline. Like that's the first name like I could think of really. So I personally, I loved it. I loved your sound. I love the way your voice was. I love that little like raspiness to it.
You're the second person that's told me that today. A friend of mine heard the song. You guys are the first public people, but on my phone, and they said that word, so that's funny.
What, raspy?
Raspy. And they were like, I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was like, no.
No, not at all. It's definitely like it fits for this song, and like it fits, I think, for your style and like what you're going for. So I loved it.
Hey, don't like not ever try to do rock. I know you said that that's the kind of stuff that you'd like to do. You've got the potential to do it. So if that's the direction you feel like you want to go in, don't box yourself into doing country because you can do it.
I agree with you. Actually, I actually like country rock like that in where you can maybe stand that. Like I love Pat Benatar.
There you go.
I love her.
Yes.
And shit like that I love it. And so yeah, I mean we'll see. And honestly, like the whole thing didn't start. It's crazy. So many musicians, like I've been super fortunate in this, that so many musicians like love it and they want to do it, and they're like, the struggle is the audience. And because of Hallelujah, like, well, I guess being on the Gunslinger page, the Girls for Gunslingers, for so long, those guys, like the audience forced it on me instead of me trying to find an audience. Like it happened backwards.
Yeah.
And so what's kind of cool about that is I really feel like I can do whatever I want because they, like I haven't put it out there. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm a country singer. Like what? And I love country. Don't get me wrong, but I love rock too. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. And honestly, we'll see where it goes from here. Like the thing is with this. Oh, you asked how long it took. It was about 5 weeks from the first when I heard. I'm guessing it's about 5 weeks from when I heard the melody till like today.
Totally believable. Based on my experiences, totally believable.
Yeah. And so that was short. I did not know that was really short. They were like, that's crazy. Greg was like, I swear you should push it back. But I didn't. So it didn't. I mean, he can pull his hair out too. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the whole thing is overwhelming for me and it's freaking awesome. And people are like, you can keep doing it. And I don't know. We're going to see how this goes. Like, I mean, if people like it, I would love to keep doing it.
Well, okay, but so I have to ask you something, and keep in mind you're being recorded.
Okay.
Can I put this in the regular rotation, or do you want to hold on to this? And is it mastered? Is this it? I don't think it needs to be touched again.
It has. Yeah, no one has it. This is it. I guess maybe hold on to it till Friday, next Friday.
All right. Well, you just let me know when I can play it in regular rotation, and I'll put it in there. I don't want, if this is not the final finished mastered version, then
no, it is. You should be done. We should be done. It's not supposed to be. The deal was that we were gonna let like you guys play it, and then like veteran sites if they like to kick it out so people can hear it. But I did pre-sale, so those guys get a CD and a T-shirt and all this shit, and they are getting theirs in the mail this week. And I really want them to, because they have been, they're the people who really supported it from the get-go.
Gotcha.
They bought it before it was a thing. I mean, like that's amazing. Like they literally bought it before it existed, and that's amazing to me.
They took a gamble.
And they were just like, no. So they'll get it in the mail this week, and then Friday it will technically be released on iTunes and Amazon. I don't know where all the hell it goes. Like everywhere.
Out into the ether.
Yeah, that's right. See how I'm so up to date on all this lingo and shit? No, but it'll be released everywhere. And then you're free to have at it. But
okay, good. So I'll just we'll tuck this one away until all the pre-sales get their stuff, and then we'll jam it. We'll jam it up everybody's ass. Oh no, that's probably a poor choice of words.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would strongly refrain from jamming anything up someone's ass.
I'll tell you. I'll also tell you that I appreciated the fact that there was no mention of Bud Light, dirt roads, pickup trucks.
Oh my God.
Or anything like that.
Not all fucking are like that.
We even negotiated on the horse and saddle line was actually Greg's line, and he's like, 'cause you're, as far as country goes, there's so many country singers and country bands that aren't really country. I mean, they love the lifestyle, they love the music, but like how many of them really live it, and they don't. But literally, what I do is I ride horse for a farm that raises cattle. Like I live on a farm, we have horses in the whole 9 yards. And he's like, it fits you because it's what you live. And I was like, yeah, but because I live it, it's kind of cliche for me. And he's like, no, leave it. I mean, that was his line, and it fit. And for us who do it every day, I can imagine that the people like ride with me this is what we do all the time. We ride horse, we chase cattle. Like they're gonna be like, really? Yeah, to put in that, like, that's to them is going to be the dirt road and the pickup truck. And
but I would equate that to me doing what I do, writing a song, and then somewhere in the song singing something about, yeah, I'm on the radio. You know what I mean? And people are like, Red Leg's such a fucking idiot because everybody knows he's on the radio, but he doesn't have to sing about it. I've heard
yeah.
There've been bands that have done songs. To me, nothing screams sell out more than for a band to write a song and somewhere in that song they say the name of their band. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Or refer to themselves in the third person or something like that? It's so fucking cheesy.
That is how I felt about the horse and saddle.
But it worked.
What sucks about it is a good line, and it really fits because the next line is when you fall, you get back on. And like for us, I mean, we biff it all the time. We have a saying, if you haven't fallen off your horse, you haven't ridden long enough. Someone asked, well, what if I don't fall off in 10 years? And then the reply they got was, then you're riding like pussy. Like you're not riding hard enough or whatever. If you don't fall, like that's what we do is we fall off and get back on. And so it really does fit in my life.
Jerry, you paying attention?
If it's the line, but why you guys ride and not fall off? You're gonna.
Well, Jerry rode like way faster than he wanted to, and he didn't fall off.
Oh.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It really is a matter of time.
Yes, it is a matter of time.
It is.
Jay Reddy's pushing the envelope.
You have to watch the video.
Yeah, the video's great.
Oh my God. And Bobby.
They cry.
Yeah, well, Bobby went all the way. The only thing that didn't happen to Bobby was he didn't get trampled by a horse. Everything else that could happen out there did.
Nipples.
Yeah, he got bitten. He got bitten twice.
Oh, almost 3 times.
Almost 3 times.
Summer.
Oh, when you guys were at the War Horse, what's the name of that place?
War Horses for Veterans. Oh, thank you, Skull Dust 1 2 3 4 5 6 for following the channel. Yeah, War Horses for Veterans. Well, Bobby got bitten on the arm, then he got bitten on the nipple, and then he almost got bitten on the dick.
Yeah, that was the best part because I was the only one that saw that. And then I had, of course, being the good friend that I am, it wasn't, oh my God, are you okay? It was, hey, everybody, Bobby almost got his dick bitten off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you did the right thing, Minx.
I do too. Like, no regrets.
Good. I mean, you shouldn't regret that because that was, had you not alerted the group to the fact that Bobby almost got his wiener bitten off by a horse, then we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
This is true.
Yeah.
We talked about that a lot.
So, Jerry, if I'm not being too pushy, what do you have in the works, music-wise, for us now? Now that you've
I know.
Now that you've hooked us.
That's how this song came about in 5 weeks. Is because of that right there. What's next? I have no idea. I have lots. If you've heard me talk, I talk a lot. I have lots of words. We're going through melodies. I have song ideas. We're working on stuff, but really this has been the primary thing. Trying to figure out if I can get Hallelujah released was number one, and then also getting this out was the other big thing. And once next Friday hits, I will finally breathe and maybe sleep for the first time in over a month. And then, and it really depends on how this goes. Because the reality is, I mean, this isn't something I do. I'm not backed by anyone. And it's damn expensive to put like quality music together where you actually is worthy of maybe making it on the radio. And so I have t-shirts for sale and crap like that, but
hawk
really
your wares on my radio show, please.
I will. I've had people, they're like, well, are you keeping all this profit? All this profit, I'll tell you what, I'm still negative for sure.
All this profit. They've never been in a recording studio.
Yeah, like you obviously do not have any, and I didn't. I mean, to be fair, I didn't. I'm not knocking people who don't know, but you don't make anything, like not at least so far. So that will really not to push everyone to go buy it when it releases, but that will really be a determining factor of how fast or how whatever. We'll work on another single probably right away. But after this is out and we've got to kind of promote it if whatever, and then I would love to go the album route. I mean, if this goes big enough that it makes sense to do it, I would love for that to be the next step. I mean, that's ideal, but it'll really depend on how this goes. It's a lot. I mean, putting out one song is a lot, man. An album is 10 to 12. That's a kick in the nuts.
I want it. I definitely want the outtakes.
Yes,
I want that.
I swear. That would probably sell more than the song will if I sold it, which I'll give it to you. You can put that on rotation.
I mean, you giving me? Oh, okay, good. I mean, you gave me the exclusive debut of your new single. So let's follow that up with an exclusive of the outtakes. And I think we could burn off an hour of show listening to you fuck up in the studio.
You probably could. I even did it on Hallelujah because we did end up recording it in the studio. And then I put together that video of the pictures. All the pictures were sent to me by people who followed me. Every single person in that video were followers, whatever, in the Vets and the Gunslingers and Ops and all that. And then, but at the end of that song, that wasn't the final cut yet, but I wanted the video out because everybody wanted to see it. And my sister's like, God, the song kind of cuts out pretty abrupt at the very end if you watch the video with the pictures. And that's because I'm pretty sure I dropped the F-bomb right at the end. And I had to cut it off so that it wasn't in that, but that is why if you hear it like, meh, it cuts off because the next word was probably fuck. I'm not really sure. Could have been son of a bitch. I don't know, but that is why it cuts off abruptly because I swore at the end of that.
That's amazing.
That happened.
I had one other technical question about the recording. I hear backing vocals and they're well done. Who's singing backing vocals?
That is ironically, that's my boyfriend. He has sang in a country band off and on for like 12 years.
Really?
And so they play all over Minneapolis and stuff. And so when I needed harmonies done, Greg's like, well, why don't you have him do it? And well, first of all, I'm brand new and this went crazy and he's been doing this forever. I don't know he's going to want to back up for me. Probably not. But he did. He was like, yeah, for sure. And so he did, and it worked out really well. I mean, it was really funny for me to hear because he has a super deep voice, like super deep, sexy voice. But for harmonies, it was higher, and I laughed the entire time they recorded because to me, I was like, stop sounding that high. Put it back where it belongs.
But it's interesting that somebody who's a singer can alter their voice. Let's Geddy Lee, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, I cannot alter my voice.
The lead singer for Rush. To hear that dude talk,
yes.
He sounds comparable to me, I guess. He speaks in a normal register for an adult male. And then he sings on stage with Rush, and he sounds like a chick.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I actually feel like I sound in person like a chipmunk. I think I have a really high, squeaky Minnie Mouse voice, but I think normally lower. And so, but yeah, Ryan sings super, or he sings low and he speaks low, but for my harmonies, he need to be high, and I don't know. It seemed to blend well, and And actually, because I'm a jerk, he wasn't I wouldn't have picked him, not because I wouldn't want him on there, but I didn't think you'd want to be like, I've been doing this 37 times longer than you. I'm not singing backup on your song, but he completely did.
That's awesome.
It was Greg's idea. He's like, that would blend so good. He's like, your guys' voices would blend really well. Let's do that. And I was like, all right, like, you're picking people, go ahead.
What a trooper for singing backing vocals for you on your single. That's great. Right? That's awesome. Real quick,
cool. I appreciated it.
Before I have to wrap up the segment, could you let everybody know, because Patrick came in, he's like, how can we donate and get a shirt? I came into the program late. Everybody wants to know where they can go to kind of help support you and get their hands on this song.
I appreciate that. It's sailorjerrymusic.com. I literally, when Halloween came out, I did not have a website, and now I do. And there's a bunch. I actually did Red Friday shirts right away because I wanted one. So there's Hallelujah shirts on there, the Red Friday shirt, and then some Strong shirts. And my family actually nagged me because I have all these funny veteran sayings, like I make all this crap up, and they're like, you need to put the funny stuff on there too. Quit putting all serious shirts. We want the beer drinking shirts on there. So I'll probably add those too. But yeah, sailorjerrymusic.com is where the shirts and stuff are. And then I don't have these, but once I'm getting hard copies, CDs of this thing. I don't know if anybody wants to buy a CD just to get to one song, but some people did. So I will have those next week. They'll be available. And then so I should find there. And yeah, a good friend of mine said you should set up a donation thing. So if they want to donate, and I would rather, if you want to support it, you should get something for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to set up a donation thing. Don't just send me money. But if you want a shirt, that's awesome. Because then, any profit goes to support this. And then you get something cool out of it, So
hell yeah.
I feel like that's more of a win-win.
So sailorjerrymusic.com is Jerry with an I. Everybody.
Yes.
Don't go to Sailor Jerry with a Y.
If you go to Sailor, and I always make sure people put the music on the end, because I believe that there's a Sailor Jerry with an I, who I didn't know this. I mean, I've had this as, I've used Sailor Jerry on Girls Gunslingers for 3.5 years, like forever. But since then, there's a website, and she sells sex toys, and it's not me.
Oh,
yeah.
She sells Hitachi?
Sailor Jerry with an I. It's a possibility. Pops up wrong Sailor Jerry with an I. I didn't even know she existed, but I've done a lot of searches for my own name now. See if there was other, anything else out there. There's tattoos, there's rum, and there's a chick who sells sex toys in California. So,
oh my God! So we don't want to confuse the dildo chick with you.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think that I have the correct link in the Facebook Live chat for everybody to go click on and go support you.
Put music on the end.
There's a picture.
And if you search it on Facebook, there's links on the Facebook page right to the website, so you can go that route too.
Well, there's a picture of a chick holding a guitar wearing a cowboy hat, and I'm going to assume that there are no dildos involved in that picture.
Yep. That would be the right one.
Jerry, thank you for joining us on the show. Thank you for allowing WTF Nation Radio to debut your new single here tonight. Somebody asked if I was going to play it again. No, I'm not. Go buy it.
Go buy it. Give me a week. Give me a week from today. I hope you guys really like it. I feel like you're all a little too honest to give me lip service and say, oh, it's great, when secretly you hated it. So I feel like one reason that I thought it was perfect, you guys were the first people that because the 6th Jane, the first people when Hallelujah came out, she's like, go on the show. This is what you want to do first. I said, awesome, because you guys have been so supportive of Girls for Gunslingers, and we appreciate that. So, vice versa. We love you guys. And so then I was like, well, that would be awesome to play it there first, because also you guys don't have filters and shit, and you're going to be like, well, that's terrible. You should never play that again.
Listen, I'm not the type to just shut up and not say anything. So if you ever if you ever need any constructive or just general assholey type criticism from somebody, send it to redleg at WTFNationRadio.com, and I'll be sure to take care of it for you.
I'll get some honest feedback.
It was good. It was really, really good. It's well put together. I could tell that this was not hastily done. And a lot of care went into making sure that this sounded the best that it could. And it was, be sure to tell your producer / engineer / everybody else that was involved that they did an excellent job with it.
I will. They'll be glad to hear it.
And the singing's pretty good too.
The singing's okay.
Yeah, it's
I know.
all right.
I told him, I said, I can imagine that more time was burned up with me because I'm very open about the fact that, I blow crazy bad in the studio. Like it's not something I've done and I'm not, and so I'm sure that over and over they were like, well, delete that, she swore. Well, delete that, she swore. Well, delete that, she swore. So it probably took 3/4 of the mixing time. And the editing has got to be my fault because they didn't even say that wasn't quite on key. I just started singing. I'm like, piss, that's wrong. Like,
missed that note.
Yeah.
The studio.
We have to start over.
Well, the studio is a very intimidating setting for someone who's not accustomed to it, and so it's a novice is going to be really intimidated, and it's going to take a lot longer than a veteran musician or vocalist. So I would say, all things considered, 5 weeks is pretty short.
Yeah, that feels like it went by way too fast. So I'm happy that it turned out because we were sweating it at the end there. It was pushing it.
It sounds great, and I can't wait until all the other stuff's over and done with, so I can put this thing in regular rotation. So. I'm looking forward to being able to do that. Absolutely. Jerri, thank you for at any time you want to come on the show. All you got to do is get in touch with Mom, and she'll make it happen. Or 6 Jane, she's got a direct line to me.
Yeah, I'll bet. I can imagine
and
the picture
me.
she probably sends you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course you, Mom.
Yeah, I know. Well,
And,
anyway.
and Minx. And just about everybody else on the fucking planet, it seems.
I mean,
Oh, that's okay. I'm not complaining much.
no, actually, no. I think I'm one of the few who is not in one-on-one contact with 6 Jane.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the few.
Well, that's
Oh, you want me
easy.
to make that happen? You can just you two can irritate the shit out of each other daily.
Oh my god, I
Yes.
love her. I love her. All the girls for Gunslingers there's 7 of us who are permanent fixtures who have been around a long time and whatever, and then we have some that come and go that are new, but the personalities are so different. It's amazing we mesh as well as we do because they're Jess reminds me a Southern Belle, but she's super sassy, and then there's 6 who you don't fucking know what's coming out of her mouth, and it is whatever, and then Lane is a badass, and Allie's just adorable, and there's just obviously Danny, it's crazy. And then Kayla, she's making knives, so that's cool. But the mix is so varied.
Everybody
and
is into something
but
over there.
every mesh is so good. It's amazing with a bunch of 7 strong-willed asshole women who just like veterans. How we actually work it out with no one poking each other's eyes out. Man, it's amazing. So I love those girls. I mean, I love them. They're fantastic. So, but 6 is a trip.
She is. And she, every once in a while, she'll come around and confide some things in me. You would be shocked at the things I know.
I probably would not be shocked.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably not.
Jerri, thanks for joining us here. Everybody go to SailorJerryMusic.com and support Jerri's efforts. If you want something else, if you ever want anything else written and recorded, you got to go help her out. SailorJerryMusic.com.
Yeah.
Jerri, you're welcome back here
Facebook.
anytime.
I randomly
on
post
Facebook.
terrible videos of me learning guitar. Yeah, go find me on there.
Go find her on
That's fun
Facebook too.
stuff.
I think we had the link to your. Oh, I tagged you in this post, so everybody go check her out on Facebook also.
Cool beans, that works.
Cool beans. Thank you again, Jerri.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You too.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That's a good song. Very well done. And that brings us to the end of the second hour of tonight's show. Coming up right after the break, party games. Only available on Mixer. Those of you who are watching on Facebook Live and on YouTube, you're going to have to go over to mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio to participate in tonight's interactive party games. And we'll have a good time. And I don't know. I mean, I might try the other thing, the other crap, and try to push it out.
On
Well,
the other crap.
well,
The-
just be confused for the time being, and I'll explain it to you.
Oh, the Discord thing?
Yeah, we have a Discord server. WTF Nation Radio's got a Discord server. I'll have to get the link put out somewhere so people who want to join can join. Yeah, it will work eventually.
Oh.
There's a thing I'm supposed to flash up here so people know where to go. There it is.
Good luck.
Tonight's party games will be hosted at mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the party games will begin. If you're viewing tonight's show on Facebook Live or on YouTube, you're going to have to come to Mixer to play the games. The reasons, I'm not going to explain, but just trust me.
Just because
Have I
we said
ever
so.
steered you wrong, people of the nation? Much. You're thinking way too hard here.
No.
And I don't like the upswing in it's supposed to be no, not no. You said that all wrong.
I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
No, I've never steered you wrong before.
No, you have not.
So get over to mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio. Let's take this break so I can get it set up, and then we'll be back.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
When I'm talking to you.